The comments surrounding The Witcher 4 paint a picture of deep concern and outright hostility towards the game's development, largely fueled by fears of woke elements. There's a strong sense that the studio, CD Projekt Red, is abandoning its core fanbase and sacrificing quality for the sake of social messaging. A recurring theme is that any woke elements in the game will be a deal breaker. This is often framed as a fundamental betrayal of the source material, the Witcher universe, which many believe is rooted in a specific, more traditional, historical and cultural context. Some believe that this new direction for the game is a sign of studio's decline, with many going so far as to claim that the current studio is a mere shell of its former self. The departure of key developers from the teams that worked on previous games is noted with worry, coupled with a switch to Unreal Engine. Many express concern that this change in engine signals a move towards generic, mass-produced games with less attention paid to unique gameplay mechanics and more focus on visual presentation. The comments also express distrust for the modern gaming audience. The belief is that this audience doesn't exist, that it's artificially being created via social engineering and pushing diversity and inclusion policies. There is a sense that this target audience is the main goal, not the existing player base. There is also skepticism surrounding diversity initiatives in the game development environment. There's a perception that these policies are not about genuine inclusion, but rather tools for division and exclusion. Some feel that these practices prioritize things like skin color, gender identity, or sexual orientation over talent. There is also a lot of anger directed towards game developers for what is perceived as an arrogant attitude towards the audience, like acting like aristocrats laughing at commoners. This is often seen in situations of developers responding to criticism in a dismissive manner. Many of the comments indicate a strong feeling that the perceived social changes will be forced into the game without any regard for gameplay quality, lore, or what the players want. This is not limited to The Witcher 4, many express worry about other gaming franchises. The situation has also fueled a call to action. There's an overwhelming sentiment to boycott the game and any future products from CD Projekt Red, with many stating they won't buy the game or any other games from the studio. Many are opting to save their money, explore other hobbies, and support independent developers instead of supporting companies that they believe are betraying the fan base. There's a strong desire to vote with wallets and show that this trend will not be accepted. Some comments even revel in the idea that if the studio fails, it would be a win for the gaming environment. The concerns are not solely focused on the game itself. There is also worry about the future of other titles. This also includes a concern for older games being retroactively altered by these trends. Some believe that even beloved franchises are being intentionally targeted for woke processing. There is a lot of fear that the gaming world is becoming a place where social messaging is more important than having a good game. Some comments express a level of cynicism, suggesting that the game is already doomed to failure, being called a footnote. There is also skepticism over whether CD Projekt Red can produce anything worthwhile after the game, with many suggesting they will be like Ubisoft, or even worse. Some commenters also say they will wait for the release of the game before judging it. Some comments include humor, sarcasm, and hyperbole, like Dandelion becoming gay Witcher, Geralt being a two-spirit hairy bear, or swapping of character genders and races. These jokes reveal a deep-seated fear that the game might alter core aspects of the franchise, not to mention some of them being outright offensive and bigoted. In summary, the user comments reflect a strong sense of alarm and disillusionment among gamers over the perceived direction of The Witcher 4. There is a clear belief that the game is sacrificing quality and authenticity for the sake of woke agendas, leading to calls for a boycott and a sense of mourning for the future of the franchise and the industry as a whole. Many feel betrayed by a company they once trusted,